Damn, okay, a mile. What do you feel like as far as, with kids? All we had back in the day was maybe GoldenEye or some shit on Nintendo 64. Okay. But now these Call of Duty games, we kind of know what these guns are. Most kids can tell you the names of guns, but then Call of Duty came out and started making shooting a little more
over-sensationalized.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts when you see like how that portrays when you have a young kid naming pistols that probably back in the 80s, a kid outside of the military would not know what this was?
That's fine. Because our white counterparts, they know this stuff.
Okay.
But I think the issue is our white counterparts are teaching the safety along with it. So your next question would probably be, how old is a child? How old should a child be when we start teaching them firearm safety or firearm responsibility?
Correct.
Go ahead.
And I want to answer like this. I want to preface it like this. Normally, a father walks in his son's room, 14, 15 years old. He see him on the internet holding a gun and he'll chastise him. Where'd you get that gun from? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like what? So that means you busted in on your son holding a gun. He got it from somewhere, and you may whoop him, get the gun, take it away from him, whatever. But there's no follow conversation about actually gun safety after that. You're right. Mm-hmm. Should there be more so like the way a kid might come in? You might come in and find condoms in your kid's room. Mm-hmm. So like, okay, we have to have that conversation now. Right. Should it be more of that? Or maybe the father doesn't know, like, damn, I never used a gun before. You out here waving it on Instagram and I don't know what the hell's going on. Get that out of my house.
So again, we're going back to the black male ego, right? You said father, so we'll deal with that, not versus mom. Okay. It's the fathers, again, remember those times when you were in school when you were in school and you brought home some homework and you asked mom or dad for help and that math was more advanced than what they did.
Right, facts, like, baby.
Baby, I can't. Hey, baby, hey. You know what I'm saying? So it's our responsibility as parents. I'm gonna say something real fucked up in a minute. It's our responsibility as parents to foresee the inquisition of our children. Right? Perfect example. Texas DPS states that you will be brought up on criminal negligence if a child gains access to a firearm because you left it in a place in which you knew or should have known the child would gain access. So that child that has a gun in his room, playing around, negligent discharge, hurts himself or someone else, the state is going to say you should have known that child would gain access to that firearm. Yes, sir.
Where should you keep your gun at if you have a kid in the house?
Okay, let's go back. How old is your child when you teach your child firearm safety?
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay, because now, I'll play it backwards. Okay, let's just say you keep your gun in the safe, right? You can send a little lock box right next to the bed. Okay. Middle of the night, boom, you hear somebody kicking your door in, they're hauling ass to your room, ready to spray you up. How long is it gonna take you to get that gun in there safe?
I think about that.
Okay. So, perfect example. I can leave my gun on the counter if my child already knows firearm safety. Now, go back to my question. How old should a child be before we teach them firearm safety? Garbage. How old were you when your parents taught you not to stick your finger in the light socket, touch the stove, play with knives? You couldn't even talk. Barely could walk.
But I still did it though.
You still did it because you didn't know the consequences.
No, I'm saying I did it, and then I figured out the consequences.
You see, because you weren't given the resources prior to. Perfect example. Some stuff you just didn't play with, right? Mommy and daddy taught you look left, look right, look left before you walk across the street. Did you play with traffic? Some shit you just not gonna do, right? But it's a parent's responsibility to show. Perfect example. My son, of course, I teach him. And then we had a situation in Balk Springs. Remember that kid got shot in the head in Balk Springs by that cop? Roy Oliver shot the guy? Yep. I woke him up in the middle of the night and I showed him what was going on. This is why dad don't want you roaming around acting a fool. Because people do stupid shit like that. We can't be afraid to expose our children to the bad things in life. We have to do that because guess what? You don't know what you don't know. Children are inquisitive. They want to learn these things. But because we don't know and we're terrified, we're afraid, we had an early childhood trauma, we want to keep our children away from it. No, the easiest way to keep your child away from danger is teach them the danger. That's it. Teach them the danger. How many times did you cut the grass as a young child and you knew not to stick your hand under the damn lawnmower?
That's facts.
Come on, bro.
That's facts.
It's no different.
Let's do it like this, man. I want to paint some scenarios, and we're gonna go through all the the business stuff. But we talked about let's say Philandro Castile.
Yes, good one.
Where you get pulled over, you have a license to carry, but you're a black man, and you get pulled over, let's say by a white or a cop by another race.
Right.
You have a gun in the car. What is the proper procedure, knowing you have a concealed license to carry, you have a gun in the car, but the law's rolling you over for whatever reason, and this could go one or two ways? Like, what is a procedure that a man could take? Okay,
first thing we like to teach is thought process. Okay. What do we know? Inevitable. Before we know anything about guns, before we know anything about cops, you're a nigga, right?
It starts with that.
Okay. So let's start there. Okay. And everybody's scared of who? Niggas. All right. So if you know everybody's scared of niggas, and we gonna use the idea of I fear for my life, starting off with you a nigga, let's act accordingly. So let me say this. First things first, have everything set up, kill the attitude. Fair?
Right.
Come on, man. Like, let's be real. My dad said it best years ago. You can be right, you can be dead right.
That's, yeah. You
can be right. You can be dead right. So here's the issue with Philando Castile. Rest in peace to the brother. A couple things happen in that scenario. One thing we gotta remember that cops are humans as well.
Right.
The problem with us, black folks, and law enforcement, one moment, we know they ain't trained worth a damn. We know they ain't got their shit together, but then we want to hold them accountable for being trained.
Right.
Pick a poison, okay? Me as a black man, I know I'm scary, okay? I know that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my license, registration, proof of insurance, and license to carry in my left hand, and my right hand on that steering wheel when he comes to my car. By the time let's go through the whole traffic stop. I'm driving, I see red and blue lights. I look up, red and blue lights. I turn my hazard lights on to let him know that I know that he's there.
Okay.
I'm slowing down. I'm not stopping. I'm not pulling over. I'm getting my license, registration, proof of insurance, and license to carry in my left hand.
Okay.
Dome lights on, and as I pull over, I'm letting the windows down. He comes up to my car, my right hand's on the steering wheel, my left hand is there. Boy, do you know why I stopped you? You're doing 76 and a 75. Oh my God, that's way too fast. I apologize, sir. What does he have to do? You got a gun in here? Sure do. Where's it at? Which one? How many you got? All of them. Well, you keep your gun where it is, I keep my gun where it is. No problem.
So when they say something like, well, do you have any narcotics in the car?
Nope.
And they say, do you mind stepping out? Can we check? Can we search your car?
You cannot search my car, but I'll gladly step out if you need to talk to me about something.
Okay. Now, mind you, that could happen, and a lot of people might be either warrant or they know it's about to go left.
Well, let's talk about it.
They get a little shaky. Oh,
let's
shit.
Talk about it. I knew I was speeding any goddamn way.
Right.
Nigga, you know you speeding? True story. One time I was on 30. I snatched the paint off his fucking car when I passed the car. I was going so fast. I knew it.
Damn.
I gave him a headache when I drove his fucking car. Come on, man. Like, let's be fair. You know you got warrants. You know you speeding. Why you got an attitude with this motherfucker doing his job? He don't have a good job. Let's be fair.
Yeah, right. He don't have a good. He has a regular job,
bro. My daddy told me, and it messed me up years ago. He said, "Boy, I remember when I was rookie and I was slick sleeve. If I had to get out my car in the rain, in the cold, in the extreme heat to stop you from doing something stupid, it's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day.
Come on, bro.
God damn it.
Everybody in the police department that has a significant amount of skill or rank is not gonna be the ones pulling you over, bro.
That is facts.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
That is facts.
It's the bottom of the barrel. So now I'm gonna use you.
Yeah, let's go.
You driving your dope boy Porsche.
Yeah, all right,
you got your dope boy shoes on and your dope boy hat, your dope boy hoodie, right? 100 degrees inside, you got a hoodie on and shit.
Yeah, questions already.
And I remember your ass from high school, you slept with my girl and shit. So
yeah, we're in a small town.
You know what it is. Yeah. So I pull you over, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Go ahead and say, hey. Take me with you.
Hey, license, registration, proof of shit. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, hey, I get it. I'm paying my ticket.
All right, we'll stick with that. I'm sure there's people in the comments that may say, hey, this may go left or right, but
yes, it often can. However, here's a couple things. Now, in our courses, I do teach them how to adequately park to protect themselves. I do teach them what to say. to protect themselves, because you got to understand, I'm also a TCO instructor, Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. So
Yes.
I teach law enforcement as well. So I give them the game from the opposite side. They know what to say to let them know, hey, let's follow protocol. Let's keep it G. Write this ticket, go about my business.
Now you said that. You said parking, you should park like.
It's a certain way. So you said Philando Castile.
Yes.
Right? If y'all remember the video, you saw the dash cam, his the personal cams, they always gonna go off. They always, the battery gonna be dead, or
Something gonna
they gonna bump it on their way out, it's gonna fall off. It's just not gonna work.
Something gonna happen.
So you got the dash cam, and in the dash cam, all you see is the back of Philando's car, and you see the cop standing there. So his narrative audio is all that you have to go on. You heard him say, don't reach for it, and he shot him.
That's
Did
all
we
you
see Philando reach for it?
No.
Did we see him not? Did we see him not reach for it?
No.
Okay. It's not about Big Brother Denzel said it best. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove.
Goddamn. All right, let's do it like this. There was a recent shooting
Yes.
of a young. Well, there's always a recent shooting, but there was a school shooting where I don't know if it was a boy or girl, or it was a trans. It was transgender
Yep.
that went into a school, shot the windows out, went in there, shot 6 people.
Yep.
Cops came in, put her down,
Yep.
and things like that. So we talk about gun safety and things about what we should do next and what should go forward. Do you believe teachers should have license to carry in schools?
I believe anybody that has a firearm in the capacity to protect anyone should have the adequate training to do so.
Okay. So you wouldn't mind a 3rd grade teacher who has a training to have his firearm in school to
Game
protect?
over. We got, it's a couple instances across the country where in a couple parking lots across the country over the last 10, 20 years, the PE coach happened to have his license to carry and save the day. But we're not gonna talk about that on the news.
Oh man, we don't
It's
talk
not a
about
good narrative.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No, we're not talking about that. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, in your mind, and this is what's funny to me. You don't want your child being taught by an individual who's carrying a gun. Cool. But you don't know anything about the curriculum and the ideology and the brainwash that they're teaching your child. Let's leave that alone. But that same person, you're expecting them to jump in front of a bullet for your child. Make it make sense. Now, your next ignorant comment is going to be, well, that's what you signed up for. You know to be signed up for that. Okay, well, homeschool your kid.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
It ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars.